So there's a really funny kind of inside joke that we have on my Whatnot channel that started months and months ago, maybe longer, I'm not sure. But the kind of the inside joke is, and people that come to my shows know what it is that everything's repacked, right? That's the running joke. And part of it is because there's a lot of good polls, and I've gotten really lucky over the past few years. And so it's kind of like a running joke that, like, I make the best repacks on Whatnot, right? It's the inside joke. And if you've been part of the show for a while, you know what I'm talking about. We've been doing that for quite a while. And it's funny because it's what it is. It's a joke. Obviously, it's not real. And, something happened yesterday that I saw on my YouTube channel, and I laughed, and I kind of want to comment on it. There's a comment on one of my shorts, and there's a couple different people talking about how a pack got ripped open really easily, and clearly it's repacked. It's clearly repacked. And the pull was, it was an Iconic Masters pack, and the pulls were a Mind Crank for an Uncommon, an Avacyn for the Mythic, and a foil. I forget what the foil was, but I think that was valuable too. So it was a really good pack. And the comments were funny. They said, like, how'd that open so easily? And dude, it must be repacked. And I literally got a laugh out of it. I thought it was hilarious, because that's our running joke on my Whatnot show, is that sometimes the pulls are really good. And like I spend all my time off repacking and putting the good stuff in packs for the show. And that's just what I do. And, it's funny because, as I said, I've been on Whatnot now for pushing on 3 years in August. So it's April 30th, 2025 today. And in August, basically about 3 months, beginning of August, it'll be 3 years. So in 3 years, I've been on Whatnot. And, it started off slow, and it's been going better and better and better. And it's pretty busy a lot of days, and it's a lot of fun. And I rip open a lot of packs. And when I say I rip open a lot of packs, I mean, it's a lot. If I had to put, I think last time I looked, it was like 30 or 40,000 sales, maybe even more, that I have on Whatnot in the past few years. Now, not all those are single packs. There's a lot of times, about half of my show is like an order is one pack, like a collector pack. And if it's smaller packs, like draft packs or play boosters, things like that, sometimes I do like 3 packs. So like MH2 set packs, it's you're buying 3. So a sale could be 1 pack, 3 packs. Sometimes a sale is a whole box. But I thought about it one time, and I said, over the past almost 3 years, I've probably, and this is not an exaggeration, I'm probably close to near 100,000 packs in 3 years. It's probably not there, but I think it's probably pretty close, like to literally that many packs I've opened in the past 3 years just on Whatnot. Never mind, like there was actually some other websites I used to do rip and ships on before Whatnot, obviously things for myself or whatever. But over the years, I've ripped open literally tens and tens and tens of thousands of packs. And it's funny because when I saw that comment about it being repacked, I couldn't help but laugh, because the first comment was that the pack opened really easily. And I can tell you something, when you open tens and tens and tens of thousands of packs, and when you carry the wide variety of products I probably literally have, not exaggerating, if you go on my show, I know there's like 90 something listings in my show, and they're all individual products. So I probably carry like 70 different sets of Magic the Gathering at all times, which is pretty crazy. But that's what I've worked towards over these years, having a nice wide variety to kind of be like a little virtual LGS when I do my shows. And like I said, the part that made me laugh was saying that the packs are easy to open, and they are easy to open when you open this many. And some packs are brutal to open. What was it, like Baldur's Gates are brutal to open. There are some collector packs that are just terrible. I don't know what they did with these things. They're just terrible to open. They really are. Like, you think you're going to ruin the cards as you open them. Older packs are super easy to open. The Ultimate Masters of the world, the Iconic Masters, 8th edition Fallen Empires, they literally rip open like it's nothing. And so I kind of thought that was funny. But that was just a part of my thought going into that, was that whole thing. But led me into a bigger topic of discussion that I kind of wanted to talk about. And I'm not a big social media person. I'm really not. Like, I have a Facebook. I barely use it. I look on TikTok. It's like a brain thing. It's like a time killer thing for my brain at the end of the night. But that's about it. But I was never like a big poster on any kind of social media websites. I'm not a big fan of social media at all. I consider Whatnot a social media. It's a social media selling platform. That's why I look at it. And now that I'm kind of on YouTube and doing this, I'm kind of learning all that. And I knew going into certain things that there would just be random negativity. That's just the way the internet is. There's keyboard warriors everywhere. It's just that's the world we live in. You know, the few times I've posted or looked on Reddit, which I rarely do anymore, it's just the meanest goddamn place I've ever heard in my life. It's just full of keyboard warriors and with no facts whatsoever, which I think is funny. But you know, I knew going on to YouTube, it was cool actually. You know, I haven't seen much negativity really on YouTube, which is great. I'm sure down the road there will be some, which is fine. I don't really care. If I ever see anything that's really bad, I'd probably just delete the comment. But otherwise, I'll leave it there because I think it's funny. You know, when you have people, I think that make comments and say things, you can tell sometimes that they don't know what they're talking about and that they really are basing their comments on, I don't want to sound too bad, but I'm just going to say it, their own inadequacies and their own fears and worries is that what they're trying to portray on other people. And sometimes people just can't let good things be good. Is maybe the point I'm trying to make. You know, it's like, I think that even when there's a good thing, that someone has to find a negative in it. And I thought about this because of the whole repack thing. Like, oh, clearly those packs were repacked. Yes, that's what I do. On my free time, between my career, my job, my whatnot, my YouTube, my other selling, my family, my friends, my hobbies, in between all that, I spend all my time unpacking packs to put good cards in them to give to other people. It's a great business model. I don't have unlimited money. I can't do that. I really can't. You know, some of the greatest pulls I've had over the years so far. I was the first one to pull a tabernacle on camera from a DMU collector pack. I was really happy about that. And then I was the third person to do that on camera. I pulled 2 tabernacles from DMUs. I consider myself like an insanely lucky person when it comes to pulls. And the best part is this has been for other people on my Whatnot show. You know, the countless serialized cards I pulled, the emblems, the textured cards, all the Legends cards. You know, so many different things that we've done and seen, and it's absolutely incredible. Just wild packs. Just the other day we had like a Double Masters 2022 draft pack, and you know, 2 rares / mythics in there, and there was 2 mythics in that pack. One was a borderless Mana Vault, one was an Imperial Seal. I mean, those are the packs you kind of dream about. And we actually caught it on camera, which is nice. I can't wait to post that short up. But it made me think about that because when you do something that as often as I do is rip open packs, you kind of, I hate to say it, but you become numb to those big pulls sometimes. You really do. You know, like the first few times I pulled a serialized card, it was like crazy. It was amazing. And now it's amazing still, but it's a little different. You know what I mean? And I think that for people that aren't used to that as like a regular thing, they're just going to hate on it. They're just going to find the negativity in there somewhere if they can. And if that means saying that someone's repacks things, sure, go ahead. If that's what makes you feel better, that's fine by me. But it's just funny to me that why go towards the negative? I don't understand the mindset of someone where there's a good thing happening and the first thing to think about is it must be a negative thing. Generally, repacking is done when someone's like screwing people over and all that. I've never heard of an actual repacker packing in the good things for people. Hey, listen, if I had unlimited money, I 100% would do that. It would be awesome. I'd put a Black Lotus in a Fallen Empires pack just to screw with people. I can't do that. But I think about, and those comments don't bother me. They really don't. I think they're hilarious. Like I said, if there's ever any comments that were like really negative, like bad, I would remove them. You know, if I think that they would hurt somebody or anything like that, I would remove them. But when they're just blatantly just a ridiculous thing, I leave it because it's funny, because I get a good laugh out of it. Anyways, but I think about where I'd like this YouTube journey to kind of go, because I look at it as a journey. Like I said, I think about progress and like where I started a couple months ago, and kind of like what my plans are moving forward. And I think about how Whatnot has evolved for the community that we have made over the past 3 or so years, and the people that I've met and the things that we've done, and how positive of a place it is. And I love that kind of environment. It's very cool to know that when I set up my shows in the morning, people come in. That's a lot of regulars that come in on a regular basis, and I love having them there. They're the nicest people ever. and we've created this community of just positivity. A lot of inside jokes, a lot of fun, but a lot of positivity. And that's what I really love about it. And like, even when someone's having a bad day, we'll all do our best to cheer them up and cheer them on. If someone's having bad pulls, we're going to cheer them on. Or, people even just like buy them packs, like, hey man, here's a gift pack, make make your day a little bit better. And I would love to see that kind of thing with YouTube, because I know it's easy. People focus on negativity. People love the bad news. They like, I mean, they love seeing a title of a video or an article like, they're breaking the reserve list. Everyone's got to read it, because, oh, good, and people are gonna be pissed off, like things like that. Or, Hasbro's closing down, or the earnings were terrible. I just feel like that people are attracted to that kind of negativity, and I never want to create that kind of content that's negative. I like to try to attract people that can think positively. Not jump to conclusions just because of maybe their prior experience. Maybe, like, as I said before, like, try to learn from other people. And if you're generally like a negative thinker, realize that there's another road you can take, and that there is like that happiness on the other side that you can find. So I don't know. It's just, and I think an important thing to kind of mention too is that I'm not bringing this up to defend myself in any kind of a way, because I have nothing to defend myself against. Perfectly honest with you, like I said, I wake up every morning and I open packs for people and we have a good time. That's it. And I just want to bring this attention to the people that, I think, the kind of people that make negative comments in general. If you're the kind of person that always, you think, oh, I'm just going to type a negative comment, you can. I mean, it's fine if that's the way you want to be. But it doesn't really help anybody. It doesn't help you. It doesn't help the person you're talking about. It doesn't help the group that's reading it. And for just the same amount of effort, you can either do nothing or do something positive. And I think you'll be surprised at the chain reaction you can have if you start doing positive things, or simply enough, just not doing anything negative at all. Just a thought.